Hey guys, this is OGI Toto in the 2K King channel, coming back to you guys again with another video. So in today's in today's video, I keep saying society. Today's video, This is a message for young girls in their 20s. Um, this is a warning for y'all. Um, and this video is basically on why younger women should prepare themselves for marriage while they're still young. Now, I'm not saying you should get married at a very young age, like 18, 19, 20. Like, y'all, you still young, you still can enjoy yourself. But when you hit 23, 24, and 25, that's when it's time for you to start thinking about marriage. Because, like, again, y'all not going to be young forever. Okay, because I have seen videos on YouTube. I have seen videos on TikTok. I have seen videos. It doesn't really matter where it is. They're everywhere. Where you have some of these women in their 30s, 40s, some even in their 50s that are crying and depressed that they can't get them a husband. Okay? And you don't want to waste your youth chasing after attention from guys. Yes, you do have the power and the advantage right now as you're young, but again, you're not going to be young forever. Let's just let that sink in for a second. You're not going to be young forever. This is why it is time for y'all to start looking for a husband when you turn 23, when you turn 24, and the latest when you turn 25. Like, again, you're not going to be young forever. Now, you guys may tell me that, wait a second, I'm still young, I still have time. You don't have time. Because, again, you're in your early 20s. You're 21, 22, 23, 24. Use that time to look for a man, you know? Like, you can have your fun when you're 18 to 22. You can have your fun then. But when you turn 23 and 24, that's when you need to start thinking about a husband, because you got time. You see, 23, you got enough time. 24, you have enough time. 25, you have enough time. 26, somewhat enough time. 27, you got a somewhat of a time over there. But when you're like, again, 23 or 24, you have time. So it's time for some of you young girls to start looking for a husband before it's too late, because when you hit 30, it's going to be a lot tougher. I'm going to be honest with you, because you're at that 5 years mark, and it's like you're in that uh Hail Mary full of grace. You ever watch football where, you know, I'll give you an example. Like, the Giants has is down by 7 points, and Philadelphia is up by 7 points, and it's the Giants ball, and then the Eli Manning throws a Hail Mary, right? It's either a 50-50 a shot that the Giants are gonna win or they're gonna lose. That's the position that you're in when you're 30 years old as a woman. Okay, so I'm telling you, you young girls, I'm not saying you can't have fun, you can't go out and enjoy yourself. I'm not taking that away from you, but again, when you're 23, you can't. It's like at that age, it's time for you to look for a man, because your prime time is in your 20s, somewhere even in your 30s, because y'all still have your beautiful appearance even in your 30s. But then when you hit 35, that's when it's your youth, your attractive look starts to fade. Not now, but when you hit maybe 38, I will say that's when you're starting to get wrinkles on your face. You start getting dry. Your hair starts to dry up. It's not as youthful and smooth like it was when you was in your early 30s to your early 20s. Okay, so you have to you have to understand this. You know what I mean? You're not going to be young forever. It's like some of you young girls need to understand this. You're not going to be young forever. and it's understandable. It's understandable. You're not going to be young forever. But this is just my advice for young girls: is to look for your husband while you're still young. Because when you're old, when you're in like 30 is not old, it's somewhat young, but at that age, it's like you're at a disadvantage because most guys at that age are looking for younger women. You know, much like younger women in their 20s. And you don't want to be in that competitive side like, oh my god, I'm still single, I'm 30 something years old and I don't have a husband yet. It's like it's going to be tough because even guys who don't have kids in their 30s, they're going to go after a woman who's 21, 22, 23, 24. And that's not, and you can't shame these men for going after those women, because and you can't say, oh, they're pedophiles, they go after kids. Kids are teenagers. They're not young adults. Young adults are adults at the end of the day. A 30, 40, 50-year-old man is an adult. Sure, he's elderly, whatever, but he's an adult. So, again, you can't shame these men for going after a younger woman, especially if they don't have kids. Especially that. Um, so I'm telling you, younger women out here, you know, do not waste your youth on just chasing attention from men, partying, hooking up with men. I mean, like I said, you can do that maybe when you're in your late teens, like 18, 19, and early 20s, 21, 20 to 22. Once you hit 23, it's time for you to look for a husband. You can have your fun. When you hit 23, that's when you start looking for a husband. Okay? This is just an advice an advice for a person who wants y'all to be happy, because you don't want to live a life that is miserable, and you're miserable in this life that is miserable. I'd rather you be happy in a miserable life, which is the world, than you be miserable in a miserable world. It just is, the combo don't mix. It's a bad combo. But this is just my advice for you, young girls in your early 20s, um, or just in your 20s in general, that start looking for a man. Trust me, time is not on your side. Don't waste your youth on just chasing men and, you know, getting all the attention from men and having sex with men, and you waste all your youth just doing that. And now you're in your 30s. Now all of a sudden you want to settle down. It's going to be very tough in your 30s to look for a husband. So just letting you young girls know this. But this is all I have to say in this video. But tell me what you think about what I said. Tell me guys what you think about this video. Leave a like, and I will talk to you in the next video. And peace.